Call the meeting to order.
Councilman Samuka.
Here.
Councilman Agamondo is unable to be here this evening due to work. Councilwoman Sanchez will be a few minutes late. Councilwoman Mason.
Here.
Council President Garrick.
Here. Please rise to the salute to the flag and remain standing for a moment of silence in solemn remembrance of December 7, 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor and in memory of Nina Galbo, wife of retired police officer Charles Galbo and mother of retired police captain James Galbo and retired township employee Charles Galbo, retired police sergeant Rob Relicki, and firefighter Frank Bello. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members and to all legal newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during the meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Brook may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by same may have been passed or legal redress through the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not the council.
Can I have the motion to open the meeting to the public? All in favor? Aye. The meeting is now open to the public. Please step up to the microphone, state your name and address if you'd like to address the council. Thank you.
My name is John Manzo, 179 Market Street, Saddlebrook, and I'm here to address the redevelopment or whatever, 93 Market Street. I know it's a done deal. You already passed the ordinance to make it a redevelopment area, but I'm totally opposed to it, as you all know, and I will be speaking against it. Not well tonight, I won't get it in tonight, but look at it this way. People come to Saddlebrook because it's a wonderful town, and it has a fantastic police department, fantastic fire department, ambulance corps, DPW. It's a really nice town. It has what you would call a good quality of life. The town is very well kept. People are happy with their houses. I mean, you drive around for holidays, everybody's decorating, and the streets are clean. People take care of their houses. So, I don't think it's the benefit of Saddlebrook or any of the residents of this town to keep on overdeveloping it. We do not need another apartment complex in this town. There's 20 of them now. There's only 2.7 square miles in this town, and I think we've saturated the market. There, especially on Market Street. Everybody knows what Market Street is like. And the traffic, and definitely you're going to hear people say it's not going to affect the infrastructure. It is going to affect the infrastructure. And I don't think it's another apartment complex there is going to serve anybody. Now the poor people of Harrison Avenue, they are going to get hit the most. Their property value is going down. Their quality of life is definitely going down. If they go to sell their house, they're going to get less for it than if somebody who lived on the Tree Streets or on Bell Avenue or Shepherd's, because they're going to look out the front door and there's a 3-story apartment complex in front of them. Now these people deserve more than that. They're taxpayers, they go to work, they're paying their mortgage, they're proud of their houses, and I'm sure that when they come home, like from a trip to, I'm home, it's good to be home, you know, and it's not taking them into consideration. I mean, it seems like you're sacrificing them and their life and their property value and everything just to to develop that property. Now, we've been in this new building for like 3 years. Okay, that's my time, all right. I'll continue the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manzo. Anyone else wish to address the council? Seeing no one else, motion to close the meeting to the public? All in favor? Aye. Okay, Mayor and council comments, Mayor?
Yes, thank you. I want to congratulate the First Reformed Church of Saddlebrook. They celebrated their 125th anniversary with a dinner at the VFW on Saturday evening, November 22nd. Councilman Garrett and I attended that. It was a nice event. Congratulations to the Saddlebrook Recreation Football, Junior Football Falcons on their undefeated season and winning the Super Bowl against Rutherford on Saturday, November 22nd. The team had a pizza party on Monday, November 24th, where the football players and the cheerleaders were acknowledged. The town tree lighting was Friday, November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving. I want to thank Santa and Mrs. Claus, Father Bruce from St. Philip's, and Pastor Tom Larkin from First Reformed, Saddlebrook High School Middle School Band, Recreation Department, Fire Department, Ambulance Corps, Police Department, DPW, and of course, projects and activities, Christine Generario and Shannon Akamondo, and also the Women's Club for their help. Congratulations and best of luck to Kauea Fitness on their grand opening, which was last Friday, December 12th. Kauea is an all-women's gym at located at 82 South Midland Avenue. Mr. Simaluka and I attended that grand opening, which is a very nice event. Some upcoming things, our annual fire department Santa Ride is Saturday, December 20th. Thanks to the fire department members for doing that every year. It's a town favorite. The recreation department is also continuing to hold the town's toy giveaway until Saturday, December 20th. We've been doing it since the 14th. If you're a Saddlebrook resident and you are in need of toys or help paying for toys for your kids, you can please visit the recreation department anytime between 8:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. tomorrow, and then Saturday between 8:30 and 3:30, 8:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. There's not much time left, so please, if you need the toys, come get. We still have a lot available. I also want to thank Dollar General for collecting the toys, the Women's Club, and the Saddlebrook Recreation. Some other things. Town Hall and the DPW will be open until 12 noon on Wednesday, December the 23rd, and are closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We will reopen Friday, December 26th. DPW yard pickups for Section 3 and 4 will be Friday, December 26th. The home holiday contest winners will be posted on our website, saddlebrooknj.us, on Christmas Day. Thanks to all who participated. Christmas tree recycling begins on Monday, December the 29th, using the same days as yard waste, the grass and leaves pickup. This will occur weather permitting. Town Hall and DPW are closed January 1st, New Year's Day. Section 4 pickup will be Friday, January the 2nd. Reminder, now that we had a snowfall, to remove your vehicles from the streets when snow is predicted. Also, shovel your sidewalks and clean the area around the fire hydrant in front of your home if you have one. Please do not throw the snow in the street. Condolences to the Relicki, Galbo, and DeBella families. And lastly, I want to wish everyone a joyous and happy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, if you celebrate, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilwoman Mazur.
Thank you, Council President. At this time, I just want to extend my condolences prayers to the Galvo family, the Relicki family, and the DeBella family. And wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Councilman Sibaluka.
Follow suit, short and sweet.
In regard to Market Street, I know Mr. Manzo came up here and spoke, and will continue to speak, and I understand his position on this. One thing that, everyone can see me, I understand that. One thing that we should remember is that when we built this place, when we went into contract to purchase this place and refurbish it and make it the nice building and facility for use by our residents a few years ago, one of the things that we said was that we were going to sell the Market Street property and use that money kind of to make up for some of the money that we were spending on this. So when we came up with a number, we said, well, we're gonna be getting money from here, from Market Street, to supplement and help alleviate the costs. So we did promise to do that, to sell that property. That was one of the things that we said in order to gain support for this property. We also have to remember that not only will that property help us with our fair share housing obligations, but it's also going to bring in maybe $300,000 a year in taxable income in rateables. So I understand that it's a concern for people, especially people on Harrison, and like I said, I feel for you. One thing that we didn't want to have happen, as Mr. Accomando has said, is to be subject to the whims of fair share housing, where they come in and say, listen, we're going to control this. At least we were able to control this. Remember, the first person that came in wanted 120 units, which is absolutely ridiculous. But if fair share comes in and they steamroll us because they're the government, and they're a bigger government than we are, it would look a hell of a lot worse. Now, the planning board is going to have this in their hands, and I invite you to go to the planning board meetings. It's everything, they've done everything. I'm talking about the developer. We gave them parameters, and they've met all of those parameters in terms of meeting the redevelopment goals that we had set. So in terms of how it looks, where it looks, and the traffic flow information, that's going to be before the planning board, maybe starting as quickly as January, definitely by February. As the mayor said, there's a new place that opened up, Kauai, which means strong woman. It is a women's only gym. We welcome businesses to Saddlebrook. Again, helps our community. This is, as Mr. Manzo said, a great community, and we want to keep it that way. The Santa fire truck ride, we've been told they're going to gather at 2 o'clock, and the trucks are going to go out at 3 o'clock. So if you've got young kids, can't tell you when, but my understanding is if you're serviced by one of the firehouses, that firehouse will go around in that area that it services, starting at around 3 o'clock. So just so you can gather the kids over there. In terms of, we had some people pass away this week. I don't know the former sergeant, so I can't really speak to him, but I do know Nina Gallo very well, and obviously the Gallo family. I was with her doing some end-of-life legal work, but I certainly didn't think that 2 weeks after I met her, and I can tell you, she looked great. I was in the hospital with her, and she looked great, and then I got the phone call that she had passed away, so it was shocking. And then a few weeks later, I was over at Jimmy Galvo's house, and he said, hey, Frank DeBella, who lives right next door to him, is not a good way. And I said, oh, really? I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, but the last time I did see him, he looked great. And And then that same night, it was so eerie, that same night he called me up, he said, Frank passed away, so. And Frank's a guy that never, I don't think anyone has a bad word to say about Frank. Another person that wasn't mentioned, that was a friend of mine, not from Saddlebrook, but Mike Dresser. He's the county surrogate, county official, constitutional officer. I ran for his job in 2011, and I gotta tell you, I had gone to his office before that, doing legal stuff with probating wills and things like that. And he said, hey Andy, we're friendly now, but after this election, we're gonna be friends. And it's true. He was a gentleman all the way throughout that. I came close, he didn't win. But he was a gentleman, had a sick sense of humor, and he will be sorely missed. Thank you very much. Have a great holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Councilman. Also, my sincere condolences to the Galbo, Relicki, and DeBello families. I don't have a lot tonight, so just Merry Christmas to all, Happy Holidays, and a Happy and Healthy New Year. Okay. We do not have any ordinances this evening. I would just like to ask our Township Attorney, John Scatino, to discuss a little bit of the redevelopment at 9395 Market. John?
Yes. So tonight on the agenda is a resolution designating a developer for the site, as well as it was stated by Councilmember Simaluka, setting forth the parameters of the project that would be developed there, as well as the consideration that has to be paid to the municipality for the purchase of the property. And just to summarize briefly, because I think there's been somewhat of a mischaracterization as to whether the concerns of the Harrison Avenue residents were addressed. Now, they may not have been addressed to the extent that they would have liked, but they were addressed, and they were addressed in this way. The project this is, by the way, been going on for over a year. I know some people saying, oh, what's the rush? This started over 1 year ago in terms of the sale and the development of that site. And initially what was sought was a developer to build a very similar project that is located across the street, which was retail spaces and apartment units on top. There was no interest whatsoever from any developer, not even a request as to how much the property would cost. So there was, including the developer across the street, no interest in developing the side of Market Street in that way. And interestingly enough, the Harrison Street residents said they requested that there be no retail at the site. So one of the concerns of the Harrison Street residents that was addressed was to have no retail at the site and make it solely residential. Secondly, they wanted as much of a buffer behind the building as was possible, and the developer decided it was required to move the project as close to Market Street as could be. Third, all outdoor parking, which could be considered an eyesore for any type of development, was eliminated. All parking will be underground and contained within the building. Another concern of the Harrison Street residents that was addressed was traffic on Harrison Avenue from the site. There is no access to the building from Harrison Avenue. All access in and out of the building is from Market Street. And it was asked, and the mayor and council agreed that if necessary, permit parking would be implemented if it becomes necessary. Although again, with access limited only on Market Street, they may not be necessary at all. The height of the building, again, maybe not what the Harrison Street residents would have preferred, but is lower than what was initially proposed by different developers. Parking, more parking is provided than is required by any structure in this community. So excess parking is provided within the underground parking for the residents that will ultimately reside there. As to what the residents on Harrison Avenue will be looking at, another concern that was raised and another requirement is a significant landscape buffer, which will involve the planting of evergreen, probably giant green arborvitaes, which can grow as high as 20 feet in height and maintain their full body up and down. So the reality is they may see a portion of the building, but when they look out the door, they'll be seeing a hedge of giant green arborvitaes. Now, as to what are the benefits that the municipality is receiving? The purchase price is $1.6 million, so that would be paid upon the purchase of the property. Secondly, the developer is restricting, and I don't want to say donating, but providing to the municipality 40 underground parking spaces, which have an estimated value of $1 million, at no cost to the municipality. And that will be primarily used by the police department, or for whatever other purpose the township designates, whether it's also to use some of it's for storage. It will be secured, and it will be monitored, and again, that's at no cost to the municipality. The developer will also be will be providing a digital communication board at the triangle piece of the property at his sole cost and expense, as well as a flagpole for the municipality. Further, the police monument will be relocated at the sole cost and expense of the developer. Also, as was mentioned, there'll be 9 affordable housing units, so this helps satisfy part of our affordable housing obligation. We're getting credit for 12, even though there'll be 9, because it is an area designated for redevelopment, and the state law allows you a credit when you redevelop and you provide affordable housing. So there'll be 12 units there. And just to point out, and you can contact any municipality in the state when it comes to affordable housing. When a municipality owns vacant land, it is a target for affordable housing to provide as high a density as possible and to place as many affordable housing units as possible at that location. Why? Because the land is available. And in Bergen County, land is at a premium, and typically the most difficult part of providing affordable housing is finding locations for it. So a location such as Market Street would have been a prime property for developing significant density with affordable housing. And also, as was mentioned, once the property is sold, which we're hoping for a closing date in January, it will be immediately placed on the tax rent rolls. So a non-taxable property will now be generating a rateable, and it's estimated when it's completed and occupied will be anywhere from $300,000 to $350,000 a year in a rateable to the municipality. I think that covers it. Well, let me just say this with respect to the developer too, because this is part of the process. The developer was thoroughly vetted. He is a successful developer. He has built many projects throughout Bergen County and throughout the state. He's well respected for building quality buildings, for maintaining them, and for being what is described as a good neighbor to the community and being willing to participate to the extent that he can in supporting programs in the municipality. So those were all of the reasons why this developer was selected, based upon his background, his willingness to work within the criteria, and for meeting the demands of the municipality as to the compensation that the municipality was seeking and the benefits they were seeking from the development of the site.
Thank you, John.
All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requested, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence, reports, and approval of minutes and applications. Not part of consent agendas, the minutes of the October 16, 2025 meeting.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samuka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez?
Yes.
Councilman Mazer?
Yes.
Council President Garrett?
Yes.
Okay, we have the minutes of the October 16, 2025 council meeting.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samuka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez?
Abstain.
Councilman Mazur.
Yes.
Council President Garrett.
Yes. Old business? Any new business? Motion to open the meeting to the public for agenda items only?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? The meeting is now open to the public for agenda items only. Anyone wishing to address the council, please state your name and address.
Can I address with the billboard, is it?
You can come up, and speak, Mr. Manzo. Absolutely.
John Manzo again. I'm not gonna get into a lot of stuff now. I just wanna, you're talking about the parking, underground parking. 40 parking places, you said, has a value of $1 million. You selling the whole thing for 1.9, and there's gonna be 60 apartments there. There's at least 2 cars per family. That's 120 plus 100 plus 40 more for the police department. That's 160 cars alone. I don't think the footprint can hold 160 or 60 cars. That's it for tonight. Thank you. Have a good holiday, everybody.
Just through the chair, the developer is required to provide 214 total underground parking spaces inclusive of the 40. If he can't meet that, then he has a problem.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to address the council?
Julia, 599 Cypress Ave. Just a question, if they are giving us these parking spots, if that owner of that property sells to another owner, what if the new owner says no?
The agreement is forever, no matter who owns the property.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yes, that was a good question.
All right, thank you, have a good holiday.
Thank you. Happy holiday. Anyone else wish to address the council?
Motion closed.
See no one. Motion to close. Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any final comments?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was, if anybody mentioned it before, but I just wanted to thank everybody who did come out and participate in the cleanup that was sponsored by the Green Team. It went well. And the next Green Team meeting is going to be January 7th at 7 p.m. and it's open to anybody who wants to attend, so please come by. And other than that, I hope everybody has a happy holiday and a happy new year.
Thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Council President, the town attorney wants to go into closed for a short period of time.
Okay. Motion to go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Okay, we will be in closed session for litigation. The meeting will reopen. Further action may be taken. We should only be in closed session for approximately 15 minutes, would you say? 15 or less.
Does anyone have any final comments before we adjourn the meeting? Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone, happy and healthy New Year. Motion to adjourn? We already did. All in favor? Aye. Good evening, everyone. Take care. Good night.